liberation? More like abomination. Am I right? What happened to Aveline de Grandpré after the events of Assassin's Creed Liberation? Yep, I don't care either. Enough jokes. The story of Assassin's Creed Liberation ended in the year 1777. Aveline, being born in 1747, was 30 years old at this point. She very easily could have been 29, nearly 30 though. But it doesn't matter, she was roughly 30 years old. 7 years later, under the request of Connor, Aveline attempted to recruit Patience Gibbs into the Brotherhood in the year 1784. Now these events are in a side content expansion for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, but if anybody cared, I'd really be surprised. That's the latest confirmed year that we know Aveline is still alive in. She could have died the year after that, but we don't know. But we do know that Aveline's actions in New Orleans helped the assassins gain an upper hand and completely purge the city of the Templar influence by the late 18th century. Whether or not Aveline had a hand in this, I don't know, but that could be anywhere between 1775 and 1799. Now, I reckon that Aveline did have a hand in purging the Templar influence in New Orleans, as we do see in Assassin's Creed Liberation and in the events afterwards, as we know that it's not fully eradicated at the end. And in 1784 she was only 37 years old. Now I'd imagine, although that's quite close to life expectancy for all that time, she probably had a few years left still in her, meaning that she probably did return to New Orleans or something and help the assassins there. However, if anything else has been confirmed, I don't know. I haven't really found anything on that. Now, if I had to estimate a date of death, I would say probably some point after the 1800 mark. I say this because the last we hear of her in Assassin's Creed lore is 1784, which is 16 years prior to 1800, so I'd imagine she probably retired around that time and just went and lived out the rest of her life in peace and probably died at some point. I feel as if it were any other way, Connor would have likely called upon her for assistance at other points during the following years after 1784, but because he didn't, I'd imagine she was either no longer in a fighting condition or she'd retired from being an assassin and had gone out to live the rest of her life somewhere else and stuff like that. However, we do know that we are able to place her in 1784, which means that she was able to conceive a child after that year, which means she probably did live for a few years after, because I don't imagine she did those things and then immediately went and had sex with somebody and had a child and such. I'd imagine she went and she had the child at some point, probably raised the child, let's be honest, unless she was killed when the child was young, and probably died after the 1800 mark, and that's why I think that's probably the best estimate I'm going to get. So although this was a quick sort of video, I thought I'd make it because I haven't seen anyone talk about this, probably because there wasn't very much to talk about, and I understand that now. However, I still felt like making this video because, you know, I feel as if it was going to do well and there was something to talk about there, and there was. I mean, we did sort of conclude that Aveline probably died some point after the 1800 mark, so there's a thing. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends about this channel, and I will see you all in the next one with another video. So yeah,